Show. Yo, about to get. I want to do a quick vlog about what I'm going to be doing. Actually, I tried to do this vlog several times before, and so I'm going to do it this time. It's about 7. It's a little after 7. I've been up early. You know my hours are strange, so Frank Frazetta, the one that made Conan very popular. He essentially, revived the character and brought the character to life. But here's a lot of his work back here. And so I ordered this DVD thanks to Red Code. I don't even think I knew about this DVD. I think Joe may have mentioned it, Joe Capuana. I think he may have mentioned it, but I don't really remember. So it came yesterday. I ordered it, and it was downstairs. I picked it up, and so I'm gonna watch this DVD as inspiration because I have decided to enter into another contest. And there's very little time for the contest, and I have been doing other things. Like I told you, I was working on some other stuff. This is a very famous Frazetta piece. And I told you I started the Facebook group. And I started a Facebook group. That's Facebook now. It's popping up on my iPad. And so this is a 2-disc DVD. It is called Painting with Fire. And it should be very interesting. I'm going to use it as inspiration as I work on this contest it's a CG Talk mini challenge. And it's not like a workflow, you just do one and present it. Now, I probably will not put it in the judging because there's probably so little time for me to do. I guess July 10th. And I think the contest ends August 9th. And so it's very little time. But it really shouldn't take me that long. You're supposed to really do one character. The only problem is a lot of people are going to do the same kind of character. So this will be one character, and you do it, ZBrush. It's a very quick program, so it really shouldn't take that long. But, our schedules aren't, just clean and clear like that. I'm doing other things, and, there's other things that happen. I'm also was working on a game, and that's why I started late. So I was creating a bug character for that, kind of like a robotic bug character. And at the same time, by chance, Noman has come up with a new DVD for bug characters and stuff like that. It's very cool. So I like seeing other artists working, especially artists that are professional and doing this for a long time. And especially since I haven't been able to focus on some of the drawing like I used to or would like to. And I've had some training. I've done a 2-year college. I never finished it. But the thing about it is that, I had a lot of natural talent. And so I was drawing since I was a kid. So even when I went to the 2-year college, the teacher would ask me to substitute the class for him. If he had to leave, he would have me teach the class, which was a problem because I was so young that, people who went and people were jealous, I didn't understand it back then, and I still don't really understand it now, but people would get jealous, and one of the guys, especially an older guy at the time, he got mad and walked out of class because he wasn't going to let me teach. And so it was all about a role, leadership, authority kind of thing. He just figured since he's older, but you could be very young and very talented. Speaking of which, there was a young artist from Buffalo who I just friended on Facebook. He does some really cool characters. very young, very. It's really nice, and I didn't want to say this, but being an artist like in the 1930s is very different from being an artist in the 1900s. It's like faux pas and different things change. It's like racism back then is very different from racism now. So to speak. So it's like an artist. It was difficult. And a lot of people who try to be artists, they have more distractions to deal with. And still today in the black community, being an artist, because a lot of black people, I hate to say it, they don't value art the way they should, because they don't understand it, because a lot of their needs is money and jewelry and stuff like that. They don't really understand art. There's very few, and even celebrities. Rarely do you see celebrities going to art shows. They're money and jewelry and as much money as I can spend on a car. Everybody knows a car is a liability. It makes no money for you. As soon as you drive it off the lot, you lose money. Art appreciates, cars depreciate. And so black people really haven't gotten that for the most part. A lot do, but a lot don't. They don't really value it, Actually, and if they did understand it more, they would understand the more you spend on art, the more valuable it becomes. Plain and simple. It's like, if you buy it for this price, that's how much value it is worth. So if you buy something art for $50, it's only a 50. I don't care if it's a Rembrandt, it's only $50. If you buy a piece of junk art for $1 million, $10 million, then it's worth $10 million. So whenever you talk somebody down out of some art, you actually devalue what you're getting. So anyway, so I really think that we need to talk more about the business of art. But beautiful things happening on the Facebook site. I am going to be very, very busy. I got a lot of stuff to do, and like I say, it's not a straight line sometimes. I'm hoping that the Lord will make my pathway smooth so I can go after these things. But the last week I've had just like an astoundingly crazy week. Just a lot of phone calls and a lot of people and stuff like that, and it's beautiful. But then comes the drama, from certain people, and then it makes it, not so beautiful. So, but I'm gonna keep pushing forward, keep doing what I need to do, and just ignore the things that are, just ignore it and just keep moving. So anyway, back to this. So I'm gonna focus on this, but actually I was studying something completely different, and like I said, so I was just working on those bug creatures for a game that we're doing with a Facebook character, and so now I'm gonna try to slam the brakes on that. I've done a lot of work with it, and I was actually kind of tired, so I slept a couple of days, got my strength back, and I'm getting up here. I'm almost 50 now, almost 50, 2 years. So it's on in a lot of areas. It's like, for me, I've made great strides, and it's like I say, I often try to go back and recount and say, was there anything I could have done different? Like, I talked to a guy named Troy, and he knows about the old light wave system. And if I had learned light wave, I probably would have been a little bit further along, because I would have understood, the more organic modeling. Whereas, when I first saw organic modeling, I was like, I didn't know, and it was a couple of years went by before I had known. Yes, I had created dancing robots and stuff like that, but I just didn't know about, how to really do organic modeling. And I didn't know how to do it until I came back here to Buffalo.